You know that feeling when you're driving and you swear your truck is trying to tell you something, but you just can't quite figure out what it is? Well, today we're going to learn how to speak your Tacoma's language. And we're going straight to the source, the official Toyota service manual. We're going to turn maintenance from this dreaded chore into a real conversation, helping you understand what your truck needs probably better than you ever have before.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? That little nagging squeak every time you turn a corner, or that weird vibration you feel through the steering wheel. And oh, that little light on the dash that just refuses to go away. Look, those aren't just random annoyances. That's your truck, plain and simple, telling you, hey, something's up over here. The real key is just learning how to decipher those messages.
And that's exactly where we come in. Think of this explainer as your personal decoder ring, your secret weapon for understanding what your truck needs. And this is all coming straight from the folks who actually designed it. It's way easier than you might think, and honestly, it all kicks off with one super simple habit.
All right, Section 1, the 5-minute walk-around. I like to call this your daily pre-flight check. Seriously, the service manual recommends this, and it's maybe a 5-minute routine. It's such a small investment of time that can save you from some major headaches later on.
Okay, so first up, the outside. Just take a quick walk around your truck. The manual says to check your tire pressure, look for any obvious damage. Glance down at your wheel nuts. Are they all there? Do they look tight? Then, just a quick peek underneath. See any new drips or puddles? Super important. And finally, just make sure the doors and the hood open and close smoothly and latch securely. It's all simple stuff, but believe me, it makes a huge difference.
All right, now let's hop inside before you even pull out of the driveway. The manual tells us to just run through the basics. Do all your lights work? Headlights, signals. Give the horn a quick beep. Does the steering feel okay? Check the pedals. Are they operating smoothly? And take a look at your seatbelts. Make sure there are no cuts or frays in the webbing. Then, when you start the engine, just watch the dash. Make sure all those little warning lights come on and then go off like they're supposed to.
And look, if you're sitting there wondering, do these little checks really matter? Well, the manual makes it absolutely crystal clear. It's not just about safety, it's about your truck's performance and even its emissions. So the bottom line is this simple routine will keep your truck running stronger for a whole lot longer. It's a no-brainer. All right, so we've got the walk around down. Now it's time for Section 2, a look under the hood, or as I like to call it, checking the vitals. And hey, don't worry, you do not need to be a mechanic for this part. The manual breaks it all down into really simple visual checks that literally anyone can do. Okay, first things first, and this is a huge tip, straight from the manual. Always do these under-the-hood checks when the engine is cold. I mean, yeah, it's a safety thing, you don't want to burn yourself, but it's also the only way to get a truly accurate reading on your fluid levels before the heat makes everything expand.
So, what are we looking at? Well, these are the 5 big ones, the essential fluids. You've got your engine oil, that's for lubrication, your engine coolant, which keeps it from overheating, brake fluid, obviously for stopping, power steering fluid, so you can turn easily, and of course, your windshield washer fluid so you can actually see where you're going. The best part is most of these are in see-through reservoirs, which makes it a super quick visual check.
Okay, now let's zoom in on 2 of these fluids for a sec, because the details here are really important. For your engine coolant, you want the level to be somewhere between the full and low lines. See that? In the middle. But for your brake fluid, the manual says it should be near the upper level line. It seems like a tiny difference, right? But it's absolutely essential to get it right so you don't over or underfill. So, beyond the fluids, the manual points out a few other key things to just look at. Take a peek at the drive belts. Think of them like the giant rubber bands that run everything. You're looking for any cracks or signs of wear. Then, check the front of the radiator. Is it clogged up with leaves or bugs? Because that can cause overheating. And finally, just give the battery and all the hoses a good once-over for any obvious problems.
Yeah, this image right here, this is exactly what we're talking about. A good, close visual inspection. You're just looking for anything that seems a little off. A crack in a hose that could turn into a leak, a frayed spot on a belt, a connection that looks loose. This quick scan is honestly your best first line of defense against much bigger, more expensive problems down the road.
Okay, we've covered the top side. Now for Section 3, the view from below. We're talking about the heavy lifters here. And look, while you're probably not going to be fixing these parts yourself, just knowing how to spot a problem, that's half the battle right there.
And I'm going to say it again because it's really the most important thing to remember for this part. You do not need to be a mechanic. The manual is your guide, and your own senses, your eyes and ears, are your best tools. It's all about learning what to look for, what to listen for, and just trusting your gut when something doesn't seem right.
So what exactly are you looking for down there? Well, the manual says to check your brake lines for any damage or leaks.
Look at your steering linkage for anything that seems loose. Check the little rubber dust covers on the ball joints. They're just these little boots that protect important parts. Make sure they're not torn. Eyeball the exhaust pipe for serious rust or any holes. And hey, if you got a four-wheel drive, check the drive shaft boots for any signs of leaks.
Okay, let's talk about sounds. Have you ever heard that horrible, high-pitched squeal when you hit the brakes? That is not just some random annoying noise. That is your truck literally screaming at you. The manual points this out specifically. It's a built-in wear indicator, just a tiny piece of metal that's designed to make that awful sound as a clear-as-day signal that it is time for new brake pads.
And it's not just about sounds from the brakes. The manual says the same thing about your exhaust. You need to listen for any changes. Is it suddenly way louder, or does it sound kind of raspy? And also, use your nose. If you start smelling exhaust fumes inside the cab, that is a major red flag. It's a clear sign of a leak that you need to get checked out, like immediately.
Okay, so we've covered what to look for, listen for, and even what to smell for. This brings us to our last section, know when to call. This is all about DIY versus calling in the pros, and it's a really important distinction.
And the service manual is super clear about this. A lot of the checks we've already talked about, they're listed as the owner's responsibility. But then there are other jobs that require special tools, real expertise, and a lot of precision to get done safely and, correctly.
So here's a perfect example of a DIY job that the manual walks you right through, replacing the clean air filter. It's a really simple, step-by-step process. You don't need any special tools. It's literally designed for any owner to be able to do themselves.
But what about something like this? The manual mentions that you should periodically retighten some of the bolts on the chassis or the suspension. Now that sounds simple, right? But is it really just a matter of grabbing a wrench and cranking on it as hard as you possibly can?
And as you can see right here, the answer to that is a big, flashing no. This is a page straight out of the manual showing torque specifications. Every single one of those critical bolts has a very specific value that it has to be tightened to. Think of it like a recipe for your truck. You have to follow it exactly.
So you see, it's not just about making a bolt tight. It's about applying a precise amount of force. If you have too little force, a critical part could come loose while you're driving. Too much, and you could actually break the bolt or damage the part it's holding. This requires a special tool, a torque wrench, and the knowledge to use it properly. That's a huge, clear sign that it's a job for the pros. So, the takeaway is this. Your truck is always talking to you. It's communicating through sounds, through what you see and what you feel. And with the service manual as your guide, you really can learn to understand its language. The real skill, the thing we've been talking about this whole time, is knowing when you can handle that conversation yourself and when it's time to call in a professional translator to make sure the message gets through loud and clear.